William Morrow and HarperAudio present The Secret Lives of Baba Segi's Wives, a novel by Lola Shoneyin, performed by the author.
Bellyache. When Baba Segi awoke with a bellyache for the 6th day in a row, he knew it was time to do something drastic about his 4th wife's childlessness. He was sure the pain wasn't caused by hunger or trapped gas. It was from the build-up of months and months of worry. A grunt escaped from the woman lying next to him. He glanced sideways and saw that his leg had stapled Iyatokwe, his 2nd wife, to the bed. He observed the jerky rise and fall of her bosom, but he didn't move to ease her discomfort. His thoughts returned to Bolanle, and his stomach tightened again. Then and there, he decided to pay Teacher a visit. He would get there at sunrise, so Teacher would know it was no ordinary stopover. As soon as his driver parked the pickup truck by the gutter that circled Aikara, Baba Segi flung open the passenger door and reinflated his large frame. Without a word or a backward glance at his driver, he dashed down a narrow alleyway. If his eyes hadn't been entirely fixed on Teacher's shack, he might have noticed that his driver had scrambled after him. Baba Segi stepped aside to make room for the school children on their daily pilgrimage. These children went to great pains to bid Teacher good morning, just to see him steam up the louvers with his response. "Good morning," the smoky-eyed sage hummed. The children waved happily and toddled off to school. Baba Segi shook his head. If their parents ever discovered that they had strayed from the dusty road that led to wisdom, stepped wide-legged over spluttering gutters, and shifted between random buildings, those children would be in grave trouble. Teacher's shack was in Aikara, and Aikara was not a place for children. It wasn't a specific place, but when you asked for directions, people looked away from their twirling wrists. There were 3 reasons for this. First, absolutely no one wanted to admit to knowing where it was, in case their neighbors were listening. Second, Aikara didn't have distinct boundaries. Last, Aikara was more than 4 or 5 parallel streets laced by lasciviousness. It was a spirit. The dark buildings were full of women whose faces glowed under ultraviolet lights. These women lived for other women's men. They cooked for them, drank with them, fought over them, fucked them, nursed them, slapped them, and loved them. And when the longing love caused made them ill, they surrendered their lives and died for them. Teacher's shack, with its shiny glass windows and gleaming shot glasses, was sandwiched between 2 brothels. Mostly, the skimpily dressed women brought their clients to drink the shack-made whiskey. But on certain days, they would get to the door and retrace their steps. These were the days when men glared at them through squinted eyes. The days that men came to meet men, to talk about women and the evil that they did. These meetings were not prearranged. They just happened when 2 or 3 men were gathered. They started with one man lamenting his travails with a quarrelsome wife. As more men ducked through the doorframe, solutions were proffered. What worked wonders, what didn't work, what was worth trying, and what, if the man concerned wasn't careful, would eventually kill him. Every man had his say, but Teacher always had the last word. He was impressive. There was no...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?